Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Playerz Boxing Powerlace boxing gloves. So check it out. Hey guys, Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on the Playerz Boxing Powerlace boxing gloves. Got mine in the black and gold colorway. 16 ounces in lace up. You can also get this in the Velcro closure, anywhere between 10 to 16 ounces with one additional colorway in white and gold. It's made of a synthetic microfiber outside casing with a very smooth and silky inner liner on the inside of the hand compartment, and utilizes multi-layer foam, specifically 2 layers of foam padding over the knuckles that I'd say is medium in density, and the gloves are manufactured in Pakistan. Now, Playerz Boxing is a company based out of the UK. This is the first product I've used and now doing a review on. So when I first received my gloves from Playerz, I didn't know what to expect. Keep in mind, this is the first time I've used their products, and I was pleasantly surprised on how nice these gloves are. It's really a great bang for the buck, and we'll discuss the cost associated with this glove. But I was kind of blown away by just the overall quality, fit, feel, performance, and finish of this glove, especially for how much you pay. And the synthetic they use on here really reminds me, if I had to compare this glove to any glove out there that I've used in the past and done a review on, not just the synthetic leather they use on here, but just the overall feel and structure of the glove really reminds me of the Fly Super Lace boxing gloves. So I think that's the first thing that kind of popped in my head when I went around and like looked at the glove, and I kind of just dug at it and looked at it. The synthetic they have on here, this microfiber, is probably some of the best I've seen in terms of just trying to replicate a genuine leather glove. And the reason I say these are similar to the Super Lace is that the microfiber really resembles the look and texture and feel of the Fly Super Lace, not the X-Line gloves, but their premium gloves, both in terms of just how supple this material feels, the texture of this grain of, the leather is not leather, but of the microfiber to kind of simulate the leather. So I think Playerz has done a really good job of, one, using this type of synthetic to give it a more premium feel, but again, it just replicates that genuine feel so well. And when I initially saw it, that was my initial thought. I was like, man, these remind me of the Fly Super Lace premium gloves in terms of just the way this synthetic feels. It reminds me of their premium gloves. So that's a huge thing in my opinion, a great positive for Playerz Boxing when it comes to that. Now, for a 16-ounce glove, I'd say that these are medium in size profile. They're not overly huge. They're not super compact. I'd say in terms of sizing and dimensions, they're the proper size, for a 16-ounce glove. The synthetic on here has more of a matte to satin finish to it. It's not a super shiny or slick glove. You do have the Playerz logo, the Playerz crown with the 3 stars in gold on the back of the glove. It's also kind of embossed. It has a little bit of a kind of a concave feel. When you feel that logo with your hands, you can feel that it's kind of recessed a little bit. But again, the synthetic looks really nice there. You also have a crisscross X design on the back of the wrist support. You actually have 2 of them, so you have 2 X's, one up top and one below it with double stitching on the back of the wrist. You have gold piping all the way through the bottom. I showed you guys the liner earlier. The liner on here also has their design. It's almost like a triangle hexacomb looking design, and it's in yellow, so you have a yellow liner. And again, that liner is nice and smooth, very silky feeling, very luxurious feeling. Laces on here are nice and long with plastic tips. Another small detail that I like is that they actually have that Playerz Boxing and their slogan, part of the game, actually embroidered into the laces. So just small little details like that I can definitely appreciate with these gloves, including the laces. Obviously, that's a big thing. Right here on the inside of the piping, you do have just little cloth, I want to say it's a patch. It's almost like this little stitched on cloth piece with the crown on it right here on the inside of the piping. It does say 16 ounces right there on the outside padding on the wrist support. I'd say the wrist support on the back of the wrist, you're looking at about 1 inch of medium density foam and about an inch, I say on the inside, of medium density foam on both sides. So you can see where it comes up to there and where it comes up here as well, and it's stitched off. So you have double stitching on both sides. You have a nice large piece of gold piping at the base of the thumb. No ventilated holes on the palm or on the inside of the thumb. You do have full gold on the thumb. I'd say the gold on here isn't really a metallic, it's just a regular solid gold. Has more of a subdued look. It's not extremely shiny, which I personally prefer. And you also have an attached thumb with the 3-star logo right there on the attached thumb. So overall, in my opinion, just a very beautiful looking glove. The distribution of colors, the black and gold is kind of a classic colorway. You have their crown logo, looks really clean. I feel like they did a really good job with the crown logo. It doesn't look too like overdone, but it also doesn't look, very basic to where it looks almost like generic. So I think they did a really good job with that logo. It looks really clean. So overall, a very nice aesthetic look in design of the glove. So you can see both gloves next to each other are symmetrical. Quality of the gloves are top notch. Everything on here, I have honestly not found really a defect with this glove, both in terms of the material they use, which is this microfiber, which again, like I mentioned earlier, it's probably some of the better synthetic I've seen. The stitching on here is done very nicely throughout the entire glove. Really no defects throughout the glove in terms of both stitching, the material that's being used. When I put the gloves on the scale, I believe the right glove came in at 15.8 and the left glove came in at 15.6 ounces. So they're both slightly underweight, but not by much, not enough to where I would be really concerned with the weight of the glove, but they were slightly underweight if we're being critical. In terms of the quality, you can see the glove is pretty well balanced. I can grab the front or the back. You don't have a lot of slack or slop where the glove folds over. So it's a nice job with the rigid portion of that inner wrist support to keep that glove nice and structurally sound. Again, stitching looks really good. One area that I feel like they could have improved would be the grip bar. The grip bar is nice and firm and it's a decent size, but I feel that it needs to be bigger. And that is mainly due to how deep your fist goes into this hand compartments, which we'll discuss here in a second. To me, a larger grip bar would have been a huge benefit to this glove. So, but outside of that, you can see the stitching on the back looks really good for the left glove. Inner liner has no exposed foam. I'll show you guys the outside edges of the glove. Knuckle area, thumb, outside edge, inner liner, everything looks really nice with this glove. So stitching is all on point. Inside of the palm where the grip bar is at, everything looks good there. So very nicely done overall with the quality. Comfort wise, so first thing you notice when you put your hand into the glove is going to be the liner is nice and smooth, very silky, almost has kind of like a cool feel to it. The one drawback I found with this glove is there's a little bit of excess liner in this finger compartment. I feel like there's a little extra slack. So it would have been nice if they kind of removed that, kind of like flattened that inside liner out a little bit more so you don't have that slack around the finger area and in this portion of the hand compartment. But that's really the only area with this glove that I found any type of discomfort or any type of issue that bothered me, was just a little bit of extra slack of material in the finger compartment. Outside of that, thumb, wrist support feels really good. Thumb position is great. Nice parallel thumb. When I make a fist, it doesn't pinch down at the tip of the thumb. The piping at the base of the thumb is large enough to accommodate my thumb. It doesn't feel like it cuts off the circulation at the base of the thumb. I'll put the right glove on too. Another great feature of the glove is going to be the finger compartment. It's very deep. So in terms of the positioning of your fist, it pretty much puts your hand in a natural fist position just because of how deep that finger compartment is and how much it kind of rolls your hand into that position to where you land on those two front knuckles. So I definitely like that. There's a little piece of neoprene over the stitching on the finger compartment. Where this glove lacks is going to be that grip bar, which I just mentioned. I can feel it, but I feel like it could definitely be much larger. And the reason I say that is because of how well this glove rolls over and makes a fist. If you had a bigger grip bar, it just would feel so much more satisfying making a fist with this glove, because you would have something to kind of grip onto that's larger and just feels like your hand would be a little bit more solidified, especially when you're landing punches, more satisfying and just a much more tighter feel with a larger grip bar. So I feel that's probably the one area that could be improved, is the size of that grip bar. It's really doing no favors with the hand compartment. And I feel like they did such a nice job of designing the depth of the hand compartment that this glove really deserves a larger grip bar. But thumb feels really good. If I were to take anything away from the comfort of the glove, it would be, again, the grip bar, as well as a little bit of extra liner on the finger compartment. Protection and performance, to me, this is a balanced glove that you can use for everything in the gym. The padding on here is very shock absorbent, but it does have a nice flat punch surface. It's right there in the middle. It's definitely not ultra soft, so it's not a puncher style glove. It's not ultra stiff like a molded foam glove. I would say it's right there in the middle. And the more I use this glove, the more I enjoy it, because it really starts to soften up this foam. When you initially get it, I'd say it's more on the medium to firm density side. But the more you start using it, you'll notice that this foam starts to have a little bit more pliability and flexibility to it as you use it for training. So I'd say this is the type of glove you can use for really everything. For sparring, hitting the mitts, doing bag work, whatever it may be in the gym, you can use this glove. It's kind of an all-purpose training glove, in my opinion. So definitely good, especially for those of you that just want to have one glove to train with in your gym bag. This would be definitely a good choice for that, just because of how well this glove performs for everything in the gym. Cost-wise, these gloves currently are $122 US dollars. Obviously, you would have to include shipping with that. But for what you're getting with this glove, it's a really great bang for the buck, in my opinion. Quality's top-notch, especially for synthetic. That does a really good job of replicating a genuine leather glove. Stitching's on point, padding is on point, comfort's pretty much on point. I mean, there's little small details that I feel like they can probably sharpen up on that I already mentioned. Liner feels good. And then all the little small details, with the laces, with the embroidery, all the little things like that is really nice as well. The stitching on the back of the glove looks really good. This to me is a great bang for the buck. If you're looking for something that you haven't tried before, something with a really nice deep hand compartment that has multiple sizes, and you don't mind the black and gold or white and gold, then I definitely think this is a glove that you should at least consider if you're looking at getting some new gloves for training. But overall, very satisfied and very impressed with this glove from Playerz Boxing. I definitely think they're doing a great job with this. Looking forward to putting more work in with these. If you guys have any questions in the comments, you guys know what to do. Put them down below. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Powerlace boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Peace.